Good morning everyone. Today I will be discussing about the collaborator versus content-based filtering in recommender system. I will be talking about something that quietly shapes our everyday lives recommendation systems, whether it's Netflix suggesting the next movie, Spotify suggesting our playlist, or Amazon recommending what to buy next. There is an intelligent system working behind the scenes. But have you ever noticed what is done behind this system that we might get attracted towards at all? Well, most of them rely on two major techniques, that is collaborative filtering and content-based filtering. Let's dive into what they are now, how they work, and what makes them different. Now let's start with the introduction to recommender system. In simple terms, a recommender system predicts what a user might like based on certain patterns. Like imagine walking into a cafe and the barista already knows what's your usual order. That's exactly what recommendation systems do in the digital world, that is now. They learn from our behavior or from people like you to make smart decisions and suggestions. Now, the main approaches, collaborative and content-based filtering, differ mainly in what they use to make these predictions. Now, let's start with the content-based filtering. Here the system looks at the content or features of the item themselves and compare them with what you have already liked before. For example, you are on Netflix and you have watched The Notebook. A content-based system will recommend other movies that create the similar features. Maybe they are romantic dramas, have similar themes or features of the same actors. It's like saying you like this, then it might be they might think like that you will already like this again as well, because that's very similar to that one. So how does it work technically? Each item is represented by a set of attributes. For movies, this could be genre, cast, director, or even keywords. Then the system builds a user profile, a summary of what kind of items you seem to prefer based on your past interactions. Finally, it matches your profile to new items with similar features. One big advantage is that it doesn't need data from other users. It focuses purely on your preferences. However, it has a major drawback called the cold start problem. If you are a new user with no history, or if a new item has no description or rating, it's hard to make accurate recommendations. And other limitations, it can get a bit narrow. If you always watch thrillers, it might keep suggesting only thrillers, never exploring something new for you. Now let's move on a collaborative filtering, which takes a totally different approach. Instead of focusing on the content, it focuses on the relationships between users and their preferences. The logic here is very simple behind that. If two users have shown similar taste in the past, they are likely to enjoy the similar things in the future. In other words, like people who are you also like this. Let's take Amazon as an example. Suppose you and I both bought the same books, say like Automatic Habits and The Power of Now, but I also bought the Deep Work. The system might recommend Deep Work to you because our buying patterns are kind of similar to each other. Collaborative filtering can be also done in the two ways. First is user-based filtering, which finds user with similar preferences, or second one is the item-based filtering, which finds items that are often liked together. Its strength is that it can uncover interesting, non-obvious connections. For instance, people who buy yoga mat might also have buy scented candles, even though both of the two products are quite different in content. But it also has some challenges. It suffers from the cold start problem to new users, or new items don't have enough data, and as the number of users grows, the system needs a lot of computation and storage power to keep them up with the currently mechanisms. Now that we have seen both, let's compare it clearly. First is, let's look at the data used. Content-based filtering relies on item features and users' own history, while collaborative filtering depends upon other users' preferences. Second, in terms of dependency, content-based filtering works independently for each and every other users, while collaborative filtering needs a community of users to generate the accurate results. Third, both methods face what's known as the cold start problem. They both struggle with new users or new items because there isn't enough data to learn from. Next, when it comes to novelty, content-based filtering is limited to what's similar. It keeps recommending things that resemble what you have already liked in your past. While collaborative filtering, however, can discover unexpected interests since it learns from the taste of other users like you. Finally, let's take one simple example. Content-based filtering is used by Netflix when it recommends movies similar to the interest of what you have already watched in your past, while collaborative filtering is used by Amazon, which suggests the products based on what users have bought. So to sum it up, content-based filtering can be said as you like this, so you will like that, while collaborative filtering can be said as people like you like that. Many modern platforms like Netflix, Spotify or YouTube actually combine both of the methods, so it can be called as a hybrid recommender system to get the best of both worlds. So to sum it up, recommendation systems are the invisible curators of our digital world. Content-based filtering learns about you, while collaborative filtering learns about from what others have liked. Together, they shape what we watch, buy and even listen to. So the next time Netflix or Spotify gets your taste just right, you will know that they have a clever mix of algorithms working behind the scenes, learning a little more about what you love each of the time. Thank you.